Hi, welcome back to the session. Before going to the further session, let us discuss the formulas and the procedure which we discussed in the previous session. So, if we come to the formulas, here we categorize figures, simple figures into three categories like square and rectangle, then triangles, then circles. For square and rectangle, centroid is given by distance divided by 2, distance in particular direction divided by 2. Then for triangles, here we come to know that if the line is exactly horizontal or exactly vertical, we call that one as base. Opposite to that one, it will be opposite to the base. From the base side, distance is 1/3 of the distance. From opposite to the base, 2/3 into distance. If it is not a base, if it is not a opposite to the base, then it will be distance divided by 2. Here it is also distance in the particular direction, nothing but if we are taking horizontally it is width, if we are taking vertically it is height. Then if we come to the circles of radius r, if the line is exactly horizontal or exactly vertical, we are going to call that one as base. So, from the base side, centroidal distance is 4r by 3/5, where r is the radius. From opposite to the base, r minus 4r by 3/5. If it is not a base, if it is not opposite to the base, then it will be distance divided by 2. Then, once we calculate a, x and y, nothing but area, centroidal distance in x direction, centroidal distance in y direction, we are going to calculate the centroid or the centroidal distances. The centroidal distances are x bar and y bar. X bar is the centroidal distance of the entire figure in the horizontal direction. Y bar is the centroidal distance of the entire figure in the y direction. So, x bar is given by summation of ax divided by summation of a. We can write that one as a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus so on divided by a1 plus a2 plus so on. So, y bar is given by summation of ay divided by summation of a. We can split it and write that one as a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus so on divided by a1 plus a2 plus so on. This is the formula we are going to make use in each and every problem in centroid. Then, how to proceed with the procedure? Usually, what we are going to do means, here I wrote it as third step, that is take the bottom and left extreme edge as the reference axis. Usually in the examination the reference axis will be given, 99.99% the reference axis will be given. If it is not given, you need to take, in generally we are going to take the extreme bottom edge athva extreme left edge as the reference axis. Once you took that one, then divide the complex figure into simple figures, then check for symmetry. If it is symmetrical, we are going to get the centroidal distance directly, that is x bar and y bar directly. If it is unsymmetrical, then we need to go with the further procedure. Then consider the individual figure separately and calculate a, x and y. Area, centroid distance in x direction, centroid distance in y direction. I am talking about individual figures, not the entire figure. Now, once you calculated these three things of all the individual figures, then calculate the centroid or centroidal distance, that is x bar and y bar. We have the formula for that. Now, with this basics and the procedure, we will proceed with the problems. Example 1, this is also a question paper problem. Here, if you know the how to deal with the procedure and the basics, then you can solve all the problems. If you know one or two problems, that will be enough to solve all the problems because the procedure remains the same. Now, locate the centroid of the shaded area. Locate the centroid of the shaded area. Here the shaded area is this one, it is not shaded here. Okay, let us shade it. Here it is the shaded area, we need to find the centroid of that one. Here all the dimensions are in mm. So, It is the given figure. Reference axis x axis and y axis, it is already given in the problem itself. Now the dimensions are given. What to do now? It is a complex figure, nothing but made up of simple figure. So first step, reference axis, it is given. Then I will go with the procedure. First we need to check about the reference axis. Here the reference axis is given, so no need to take our own reference axis. Then divide the complex figure into simple figures. What I am going to do means, I will extend this line, then I will draw one line here, so it will become quadrant of a circle. So what I am going to do means, I am going to take the entire box here square as the 1, then this particular part, that is quadrant of a circle, it is known as 2, then lastly this quadrant I am going to take it as 3. Here it is a logic. What is the logic? The whichever the things are to be added, nothing but given in the problem, you take it as you have to number it first. Then which are the things added, you have to number it last. I will repeat once again. Which are the things to be added, you need to number it first. Which are the things to be deducted, you need to number it last. How to add it, how to delete it, I will tell you in the last step while writing the formula. So once we divide the complex figure into simple figures and number it, then we need to check for symmetry. Suppose if I draw a horizontal line at the center, whether top part and bottom part are symmetrical? No. So x axis is unsymmetrical, nothing but we need to find y bar, y distance. How? I will show you here. Suppose if this x axis is unsymmetrical, then centroid will be somewhere here. With respect to some given reference axis, we need to find centroidal distance. So centroidal distance in y direction, we are going to call that one as y bar. With respect to y axis in x direction, we call that one as x bar. So if x axis is unsymmetrical, we need to find y bar. If y axis is unsymmetrical, then we need to find x bar. Please remember this one. Now check for symmetry. We did the check for symmetry. Here x axis and y axis are unsymmetrical. That is nothing but we need to find y bar and x bar. Next step is what? Consider the individual figure separately and calculate AXY. So let us take one by one. Consider the first figure. First figure is what? This square 30 by 30. So 1 square, calculate A1, X1 and Y1. Area is how much? 30 into 30, 900 mm square. Then X1, centroid will be somewhere here. For square and rectangle, for square or rectangle, the centroidal distance is given by d by 2. So X1 is given by d by 2 as well as y1 is given by d by 2. Distance in x direction is 30, so 30 by 2. Distance in y direction is 30, so 30 by 2. And we should know the sign conventions. Consider this as the reference axis, that is x reference axis and y reference axis. If we are measuring the distance, suppose if I come to the y axis, if we are measuring the distances towards right, then it will be positive. If we are measuring the distances towards left, then it will be negative. If we are measuring the distances upwards, positive, downwards, negative. So here the x1, nothing but here it is the y reference axis, nothing but from y reference axis to the centroid we are measuring left hand side, so it will be minus y1. Here it is the reference axis, from here to here the distance we are measuring upwards, so it will be positive. So we got it as minus 15 plus 15. Okay. We are going to take the second portion, that is quadrant of a circle, athwa 1/4 of a circle. So second one, quadrant, calculate A2, X2 and Y2. we know that area of a circle is pi r square. So 1/4 of a circle or quadrant of a circle area is pi r square divided by 4. So here the radius is given as 30 mm. So pi r square by 4, you are going to get it as 706.85 mm square. Then x2, y2, x2, centroid will be somewhere here, distance of the centroid from the y axis. How much? We are talking about quadrant. For circles, we have the formula like from base opposite to the base. If it is not a base, if it is not a opposite to the base. From the base side, it is 4r by 3/5. So it is a straight line. We consider that one as the base. From the base to the centroid, it is 4r by 3/5. 4r by 3/5, and we are measuring right hand side. So positive. So substitute the values. You are going to get it as 12.73 millimeters. Then y2, nothing but from the x axis to the centroid, the distance we are measuring upwards, so it is positive. From the base to the centroid, it is 4r by 3/5. We are going to get it as 12.73 mm. Then next, third figure is what? This one, that is the quadrant. So quadrant, we need to calculate a3, x3 and y3. Here I will tell you and I will show you. A3 is given by, again it is area of the circle is pi r square. So quadrant area will be pi r square divided by 4. Then x2 is given by nothing but from y axis to this line, this centroid point from here. It is not a base here, is it? It is not a, one more thing first of all, from here to here, nothing but we are measuring left hand side, so it will be negative. Then it is not a base, but this side is opposite to the base side. So from the opposite to the base, distance will be r minus 4r by 3/5. Substitute the values, you are going to get it. Then this is the x axis, from here to the centroid upward positive. It is not a base, but this side is opposite to the base side. So from the opposite to the base to the centroid, it is given by r minus 4r by 3/5. I will show you here. So area is pi r square divided by 4, x3 is minus of r minus 4r by 3/5, y3 is r minus 4r by 3/5, where r is 30 mm. So substitute the values, you are going to get the numerical results. Then once you calculated axy of all the individual figures, then you need to write the formula. How to write the formula? We need to check. We need only for the shaded area, centroid for the shaded area, nothing but this one. Okay. How to get this one out of this? This one, I will write it and show you. One means what? Square. So write the square, that is 1. Then 2 means quadrant. So write the quadrant, it is 2. Then 3 means what? This quadrant. So write that one. This is 3. But what we need actually only the shaded portion, nothing but this portion. Okay. How to get that one? We need to add 1, then 2. From that we need to deduct 3. If we do that one, then we are going to get the shaded area. So by using this method, we are going to find the equation for that. So the given area is given by, we need only the shaded area. We need to add 1 and 2, that is square and the quadrant. Then we need to deduct 3, that is the quadrant. So the formula will become, the sign conventions depends upon whatever the sign convention you are going to give it in the equation. If we are going to add, we will make use of plus. If we are going to deduct, we will make use of minus. X bar is given by, therefore a1 x1 plus a2 x2 minus a3 x3 divided by a1 plus a2 minus a3. Understood? It is not a constant, it is not always positive. It depends upon the equation you are going to write. So, all the things you have calculated above. So, substitute the values and get the answer. X bar you are going to get it as 8.559 millimeter. Then y bar, same, a1 y1 plus a2 y2 minus a3 y3 divided by a1 plus a2 minus a3. So, substitute the values, you are going to get it as y bar equal to 11.43 millimeter. That is all for this problem. Thank you.